taking. Penny's area there is the first apartment at the foot of the stairs. I don't know whether we can see any numbers from here or not. Rather doubt. Many times after meetings we would come back here and sit and talk and have coffee, discuss parts of the program, and try to figure out what we're going to do next. You got to sort of hold it on this. We're back at the Unitarian Church at Rhodes and Moore Park. We're focusing in on what is known as the Evelyn J. Sprague Room. I believe this was a room that was set aside by someone who had donated some money to help the church in regards to the children. This was a children's room. I mentioned a little earlier. This very small table, very small chairs, where the children came in, all the parents were occupied in other church activities. And inside, it's only actually about 15 by 10 deep, and well, we could get about 10 or 12 people in there. And we met here for perhaps several months until we were able to get into part of the rear of the building beside the church proper. I think we'll turn around now and give you another view of this particular spot. And we'll then go up on the porch and go to the right of the camera, which is towards the east. And you'll see the room on the first floor of the two-story part of the building. This first floor is also a meeting room, and I might as well throw in right now that my wife and I were married here about 6.5 years ago. The Reverend Schneider, of course, was our first non-added trustee, and he has been dead for quite a number of years now, about, I think, almost 15, 16 years. He was quite a man. He convinced his board they should allow us to meet at least for a while to see how we would do, to see if we were okay, and later on we used them as a reference point for other churches, other pastors in this general area to call and get a reference as to our capacity to live a decent, clean life. This was a big help in many ways, because previous to this time it was almost impossible to find a public place that would allow us to have meetings. As soon as we mentioned addicts or Narcotics Anonymous, they clammed up, they closed their minds, and we were out. So the Reverend Snyder, Herb, was a great help to us in the beginning. I think we'll move over now and give you another look from the porch proper. This porch faces south. And in the afternoon when the sun is not here, it's a very, very quiet and very nice place to sit, which many of us have done at times. And sometimes we would drive by here during the day. We just stop the car and go over here and sit on this porch just to sort of think things over, meditate a little bit, because it was not as noisy as then, 20-some years ago, 24, almost 25 years ago to be exact, as it is now. Across the street, as you saw in the previous pictures I took, are now condominiums and apartment houses. At that time, it was very residential. They're small, nice, well-kept homes. Across the street, this was a fairly quiet neighborhood. So we'll move up towards the entrance to the church proper, the hallway, and go inside, and there we can give you an opportunity to see the places where we did have our first meetings. This was known as the Mother Group, because it was the first real place where we felt that we were going to be able to accomplish something as time went on. We've been here with only a few short periods of time. We have been in this church ever since. One step. Ever since we started. Those times were when something else was going on. At one time they opened the doors to, we are now inside in the foyer of the church, and looking at the door we just entered in. On the left-hand side, or rather the right-hand side coming in the door,